The Lancet is a very ancient medical journal, very well known. Put in hard work, keep doing what you do with passion and full sincerity. Then you realize you are good at what you do.
Welcome, Mrs. Vasumati Sri Ganesh, to part 5 of the podcast series organized by Kendriya Vidyalaya IIT Alumni Association, which is celebrating its 40th year. I also welcome on behalf of G. Krish TV for this episode. I saw your profile. You finished your graduation in 1977 from a leading college in Chennai. Then you become a director of Acumet Services. So briefly mention your school days till you have become a director based in Mumbai.
Sure. Thank you for this opportunity to the Alumni Association and G. Krish TV. My name is Vasumati Sri Ganesh. I was Vasumati Kadambi in school. I joined KV-IIT Madras in the year 1970. I had earlier been in IIT Powai, Bombay, in the KV here. My father suddenly passed away and we shifted to Madras, and that's when I joined school there. So I was a little nervous because in IIT Bombay, I had grown up there since the age of 2.5. I knew all my friends. But I must say that in Madras, from day one, I developed great friends with whom I'm in touch today. My batchmates, seniors, juniors, everybody. So, in school, what I recollect, I was good in studies, singing, dancing, etc. Not great at sports, but I loved and enjoyed the last period of the day, which was games. And then I loved the inter-house matches, the sports day. So even something I was not good at, I learned how to enjoy thoroughly. Of course, studies, singing, dancing, extracurricular activities were always great fun. I'm really grateful to the school to have given us all possible opportunities to learn. I shouldn't be forgetting the craft as well. That was something I loved learning. 1972 was the 25th year of India's independence, and we had a lot of inter-house activities on different things like Sanskrit shlokas, music, dance, etc. So we really had a great exposure that way. In school, I did physics, chemistry, biology, had great teachers, enjoyed everything. Physics was not my favorite, but got by with that. College, I did home science in WCC, Women's Christian College. I had actually wanted to do medicine, but since my father passed away, a couple of years later, my grandfather passed away. My grandmother said, nothing doing, do a degree and I have to get you married. Common in those days. So I did a BSc Home Science, got married, spent 4 years in Calcutta, and then moved to Bombay, and I was here. So 12 years of being a homemaker, bringing up 2 children. And then I had the bug of wanting to study more. This was also because in the 12 years, I did small jobs, like I did a 1-month telephone operator job, 1-year school teaching job. And I realized that, we had the training to put in our best everywhere. So automatically, having put in our best, having done more than what I was required to do in each case, I got very high praises in each. And then I felt I shouldn't be only at home. I should look at working outside. And I automatically thought I was good at teaching, so let me teach. But then doing a B.Ed was a challenge because of so many things. And so I explored and did a bachelor's in library and information sciences, actually wanting to join my children's school and work there. But life has different plans for us. And the first library I worked in was a super specialty one in my not favorite subject, physics. It was on geomagnetism, but I loved my 1.5 years there. Then I got a breakthrough. I worked in a hospital for 3.5 years, and then 1.5 years in a library called Health Education Library for People, which had a collection of everything about health, diseases, medicine, for the lay person. Today, all that is available on the internet, but at that time, internet came in a little later. Before that, a doctor couple had amassed this collection from different countries and got it together. And I had the pleasure of organizing it and helping people who came to the library and used it. Then the internet happened. That was one thing. And then I also did a second degree, master's in library and information sciences. And once I did that and had done this library for 1.5 years, I had started using internet-based resources. And then I had the bug. I want to go on my own, explore and help a lot more people in the health professions. So I quit my jobs, started working from home. One thing led to the other. I first set up my organization, QMed, as a company. I thought I would do consulting jobs. I did that for a while, but realized training was much more important in all the health professions, doctors, dentists, nurses, physiotherapists, etc. So I set up a not-for-profit trust or a foundation. This was in end 2007. Since then, I'm running the trust. I'm the founder and CEO. I have 3 more lady colleagues who work with me. And together, we work at all kinds of teaching for everybody in the health professions. Since 2020, we have our learning online as well. People can learn it at their own pace. So more and more people from all corners of India can actually learn it. They can learn it 2 a.m., 5 a.m., whatever suits them best. So that is what we are continuing right now, adding more courses, doing some on live courses and more.
That is interesting to know. I find 2 key points. One is that you studied after a gap of 12 years, if I'm correct. You joined that
Yes.
bachelor's in library course. Later on, you did that post-graduation. And also another point is that you, with the technology, you also started on the computers. So that you are an up-to-date person keeping in the current demand. Now tell me, you would have faced the challenges. Very briefly you have put, but the adults you must have faced. And anyone is interested to join in this career, what will be your suggestion?
Yeah. So challenges were definitely there. One is after a gap of 12 years of being at home with my own schedules, etc. So studying again, the studying was not too difficult. I enjoyed doing it. Writing exams was a challenge. Managing schedules with 2 children, a very busy husband because he was also at the peak of his career. But I had great family help. My father-in-law and mother-in-law came and stayed for a 1 month when the children had a Diwali vacation. Later, my mother came and stayed for 5 months so that I could study and do my exams and everything like that. So that was help from them. A lot of neighbors, friends, everybody helped. But the other hidden challenges were, you thought that everybody else in the world had moved far ahead and you're behind. So one had to deal with such psychological things as well. But one did it all with thanks to different kinds of help. And what I would say is now looking back, that one shouldn't worry about such things, about gaps, anything like that. Because one thing I would say, in those gaps, I did go on doing a lot of reading and learning whatever I could. Once you do that, it becomes a process, and the process helps in whatever you do. I must add one thing.
Uh,
Computers was something I was first terrified of. But my husband had then joined the IT industry. He's a finance person, CA, CS, etc. But he joined the IT industry. So obviously, we got a computer at home and he told me, you have to learn. In the beginning, I said no. But my children obviously learned first. Then my son taught me how to play games and we started with that. Then, of course, when I was doing library science, we had to do something on the computers. We were the first batch to do that. In my first job is where, when I applied the usage of computers to the library work, all inhibitions broke and I became very adept at it. Since then, it's only grown multifold.
Now, can you briefly mention, I think you are associated with the medical faculty.
Yes.
How do you assist them through your QMed or the trust you are involved with?
Yes. Yes. So it's like this. If all of us who are listening can recall, our school libraries, they were not huge, but we had to go look for things. College, the libraries were much larger. I remember in WCC, our librarian showing us how to search those 5x3 catalog cards by author, subject, title, finding what we want. And she said, anytime you can't find something, come and ask me. She would come out and assist. She also had a group of volunteers who trained further. So during lunch break and evenings, those students would be there. They would also help like that. Now multiply this a millionfold when it comes to the internet. There are so many resources. Whatever was in print is online. Lot of completely online resources, and you need to know the technology as well. I've gradually, even today, I learn new things. So constant learning. I teach very well automatically because my father was an excellent teacher. I realized I've inherited that. I can make things simple. And so with me and my colleagues, we teach doctors, nurses, physiotherapists, all starting from their undergraduate days, student days, right up to faculty. We teach them how to use common resources that they search, resources that don't know much about. All this, how to search it in a step-by-step structured way so that they get results fast. Today, what they do is like everybody Googles, they put in 2, 3 keywords, go through page 1, page 2, and chalo, let's make do with this. That's not the way. I teach them how to reduce their numbers from 4,000 to 400, things like that. Then there is another side of it. Those who do what is called secondary research, which means they, on a topic, they study all available publications, synthesize it all to get what is called evidence, what works. So in such a thing, the search is very exhaustive. So I teach them how to do that kind of exhaustive search. I'd like to share one small incident. In 2021, there was an initiative called the Lancet Citizens Commission. The Lancet is a very ancient medical journal, very well known. Many lay people also know it. The Lancet and many bodies in India got together. They called for volunteer researchers. So groups of 7, 8 researchers from different medical backgrounds got together. Each group worked on a topic which could be as broad as, has technology impacted women's health? Now imagine for something like this, if they had to find every available paper and synthesize it. So I made them go through our e-learning, then I trained them further. They would do their searches. I would tell them what all to modify, and they did it and then worked further. So when I asked them, how much time do you think you have saved because of this? They said anything between 50 to 70%. That's a huge thing. And they know that they wouldn't have found everything the way, if they hadn't done it the way I taught them. So these are the kinds of methods by which we teach. So even an undergraduate student who's doing a small project, a postgraduate student doing a thesis, senior researchers doing bigger things. I've even done a training at the Indian Council of Medical Research. All this, what I'd like to specify is in the younger days when I felt, oh my God, everybody else is bigger than I am. Put in hard work, keep doing what you do with passion and full sincerity. Then you realize you are good at what you do. Doesn't matter how good the others are at what they do. So that's the kind of feeling that has come over the years.
Okay, that is very interesting journey. Now, would you like to give any message to the viewers of G Chris TV on the occasion of Alumni Association Kendriya Vidyalaya celebrating its 40th year?
Yeah. One is I strongly request everybody to understand the library and information sciences profession better. because well-trained librarians can do wonders. Yes, even with artificial intelligence coming big. Because the way we are trained to search, it's just an extension to give very good prompts to use with AI. I'm constantly asked, now with AI coming, what you do, is it needed? Interestingly, the AI research tools, I go through their help files and they say, don't forget to search all the traditional sources first and then come to us. So AI, it might replace all this, but not now. So if we train ourselves better, it's still there. But the public needs to know this and ask for highly qualified librarians. That is one thing. On a personal level, to every student who's in the school today or to anybody watching, I would say, in fact, I realize some of our seniors have said the same things. Be grateful for every good thing that is happening. Every challenge we go through, there's a great learning we have. So we need to be grateful for that as well. And then enjoy everything that one does. Do it with 100% because you carry those processes with you, whatever you do later. When I was working as a telephone operator, as a school teacher, all those processes still continue. No gap in life is wasted. Just keep learning something new. My boss, when I was in the hospital, was a very famous cardiologist. And he used to say, every year you must learn something new. And I still do it now. So that's a kind of sharing that it's not advice, but my observation and what I feel is what I'm sharing here.
Okay. Those are the beautiful words summed up by Mrs. Vasumati Sri Ganesh for the part 5 episode of this Kendriya Vidyalaya IIT. On behalf of the association, I say thank you for your valuable inputs for this episode. And thank you, madam, for sparing your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, G. Krish TV. Thank you to my school. And thank you to QMed Knowledge Foundation, which has helped me do so much for the country, all my colleagues, everybody.
Okay.
Thank you so much. And my best wishes to the current batches in the school.